just a few answers to some FAQs that get asked a lot, as well as links to the answers to those FAQs that I explain.
Yes, I make my own figures. I use Adobe Illustrator. I like that it gives me a lot of control over the various things that I make. I can make symbols that I can reuse over and over, can do simple alignments, make various shapes, all sorts of cool stuff with Adobe Illustrator. It is expensive. A free alternative is Inkscape. I also know that a lot of people use BioRender. I've never used it. There's a free version where they put watermarks on your stuff and then like a paid version. They have some nice pre-made graphics, less flexibility, but it is a great source for making biological figures. They have pre-made shapes, things like flasks and cells and all sorts of stuff like that. If you want to learn more about Illustrator, I have a variety of resources on that, including a kind of quick tips guide with various hotkeys and shortcuts, as well as how to just do the basic things. So I don't go into any of the fancy dancy things that you can do with Adobe Illustrator, which I don't even know all of them, but I know enough to make these simple graphics, and it's something that like kind of takes a lot of practice. And so the earlier you start with it, the better. And Inkscape is a kind of alternative to Adobe Illustrator that is free. I haven't used it in a while, but it does have a lot of flexibility in what you can do, similarly to Adobe Illustrator, just not quite as refined. But it will give you more control than, say, something like BioRender. And if you want to learn more about Adobe Illustrator, you can check out my blog and my resources that I'll link to. Another question. Oh, yes. And you can also feel free to use my figures, but if you do, please cite the bumbling biochemist. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. I also get a lot of questions about grad school, about studying, about that sort of thing. I have a whole page of posts that'll probably have answers to what you're looking for. So this is the post pertaining to scientist in training page, and it has answers to questions like, what should I do in my grad school application materials? So everything from our application letters to interviews. What is involved with grad school anyway? How can we study along the way? What goes into a thesis, a postdoc, all those various things. And so I will post a link to this page as well. If you were looking for any sort of specific content, I keep a spreadsheet where every day I have like what I posted on, and I have the Instagram link, the blog link, and the YouTube link for all of my various posts. If you're looking for a certain topic, you can search the spreadsheet. You can also search my blog. I have a search bar, or you can search my YouTube channel. Additionally, if you go to this 365 days of science spreadsheet and you go to the other tab, I have links to some key blog pages of mine, things like metabolism. So where I have some graphics that I've made, some various charts. And again, feel free to use just like the bumbling biochemist and these charts actually have a download option for you. If you click on the click on the caption, there's a link that you can go and download them from. You can also, there are various selected posts, as well as some other graphics and some resources, both from me and external resources at the bottom. Speaking of resources, I have a whole page of resources I found helpful for various things. Some of them are my things, some of them are other things, external books and websites, handbooks, courses, articles, all sorts of lab calculators and things like this. And I have a Google Drive BB resources page where I have a lot of different things, including graphics, activities, examples of lab calculations, exercises, study guides, all sorts of things on here. And so I will post to all of these various things. And there are more kind of links directly to some of those resources. If you look at the upload section of this other tab in the 365 days of science spreadsheet. So feel free to use these resources to help you learn. I hope that they help you learn. I hope that this helped you find where these things are